It's another lovely evening. It's Sunday evening. I've come back from town and oh, first of all I want to say the little video that I made driving into town, I managed to upload that in high definition simply because what I did, I went to a local coffee shop and I thought, well, you know, for the price of a cup of coffee, if I sit here long enough, I'll be able to upload this video using the Wi-Fi. So that's precisely what I did. So I've just come back home and I went and had a look at the video on YouTube, and yeah, it's really nice quality. So it just brings out all the colours and the shapes. So, don't know why I'm sat down. I was sitting down in the car. I don't know. Shopping makes me feel a bit exhausted. And I only really went into two shops. I had a couple of little things to get. And, yeah, Jack missed me. You did, didn't you, Jack? So I came straight in then and I cleaned up the cat's bowls and give them their fresh food. Well, not fresh food, but, you know, I'd run out of cat food. So, yeah. So I'll show you in a minute now what I've been doing today. Oh, Jackie boy, you love to have your ears stroked. He's a bit of a mummy's boy, is Jack, you know. He just loves to be, you know, patted and talked to and told how gorgeous he is, which you are, darling. You are very gorgeous indeed. And you know, if you could talk, I think you'd be talking a lot of wisdom. Yeah. I don't know where I'd be without my little furry family. I really don't. Always a welcome. Do you know what's amazing, isn't it? Cats and dogs, well, you know, cats. Cats tell us what to do. Anyway, that's okay. Sammy Bear's a bit different now, I must say. Sammy Bear is a bit like Jack. He's a bit of a mummy's boy, and he's always looking for a little bit of love and affection. Especially from Jack, because he's quite crazy about Jack. Whereas Beauty, well, Beauty. We all know who's in charge here, don't we, Jack? That little black and white furry thing called Beauty. Anyway, right, mushta. I'd like to put my feet down from the sofa. I'm wearing my little Ugg boots today. Now these were donated to me. Well, kind of. I won't say more than that. They were pre-loved. They're very warm. I don't know why they were donated, because they're incredibly warm. The hair all over my trousers. And I've got my trousers tucked into my boots. Sort of medieval style. If I had a doublet now, I'd look like one of those medieval farmers. Right, up I get and I'll show you now what I've been doing. So, I've done a little bit of clearing in here. So the big chest that was in here, the big white chest, I've moved that to, I won't say the bathroom because it's this little shower room. Anyway, that's where it's gone to. The little pine washstand that was there to the left of the fireplace, I've moved to the kitchen, right there. And what I have there now is the little settle, the little Georgian settle, which I had put in the kitchen. Then I thought, no, it's not working out there. So I think it's far more practical just there by the fireplace. And it means that when I have extra visitors, we can just pull that round towards the fire, which is rather nice. I thought to myself, does it need a little bit of paint? And then I thought, you know something? It looks quite shabby chic, doesn't it? So we'll just leave it shabby chic for the moment. It's beautiful oak. So out here in the kitchen, still a little bit more to do because I finished painting the wall, and let me just turn on the lights. Yes, Jack will turn on the lights. I'll stand over here. So there we go now. There's the wee washstand there. I think it just fits there nicely. Finished painting the walls. It looks rather clean. You should have seen the cobwebs that were moved from up there. And when I took things off the wall, there was it looked like someone had drawn a black marker around everything. And as for my picture of Willie Yeats here, well, look at this. Needs a jolly good dust. Oh, probably a good wash, but anyway, we'll get that done before we head to Belfast in the morning. So the little stand bit underneath the washstand is perfect for the cat biscuits and the water. Now you see there's two different bowls of cat biscuits. The one on the right is Whiskas cat biscuits, and that's the only one that Beauty will eat. The one on the left is Go Cat cat biscuits, and that's the only one that Sammy Bear will eat. And then they have their wet food, those two little saucers down there, which I must move. Jack, you need to just go out from here because you might be tempted towards those cat biscuits. And I know you. So now I've put one of the big water jars just there on the dresser, which, well, there you are, Sammy Bear. Well, isn't that a comfortable place for you? See, I moved this well, it was like a little ottoman, and I had that in the shower room. And because it's such a slimmy thing, I moved it there, and I thought, that's going to make a nice extra seat. And you see Sammy, he's up there because look, he's right beside the radiator. He probably thinks I put that's there especially for him. So the water jar, that's where that is, and the glass is beside. And I've got some wee cordials there. Elderflower and ginger. Of course, I collect the water. This particular water comes from the well down by Keju, and that water is about, now some reckon it's up to 200 years old, but I think it's more like about somewhere between maybe 100 and 150. You'd have to talk to a geologist to get it worked out properly, because that water is actually filtered down through the Arigna Mountains and down into the aquifer. So it takes, you know, at least 100 years for that water to filter down. So it's amazing really when you think of it, that water, that water fell as rain when my grandmother was a little girl. Isn't that amazing? It's so pure. It's a beautiful, beautiful water. And any of you who've ever visited Bealtaine Cottage, because in the past I had Bealtaine Cottage open to visitors, you'd have tasted that water and you'd know exactly what I'm talking about. It is so soft and crystal clear and beautiful. I personally think it has healing properties in it, because the people in this area live a very long time. I know that Eugene Tansey, who was an old fellow who lived the other side of Keju village, I think he was well into his 90s and still working his farm, and he lived on his own and as bright as a button. So I think that water is very special. There's a lot of people go to that well now, and some of them come a great distance. Because quite often when I'm at the well, you know, especially during the summer, you'd get talking to, you know, various people. And we always remark, of course, on the quality of the water and where they've come from to collect it. So yeah, well, there we go. I still have a bit of tidying up to do in here. I've got the painting trays and stuff to put away. Managed to put away the tin of paint. Now, when I was clearing out one of the drawers, look at this. These are just beautiful, and I have 4 of them. And they're really old now. Now, let me see if the wee label is still on them. Oh yes. The wee label is still on them. Look, what do you see? Those of you who come from England know all about this. Look. Habitat. Those are original. Well, I suppose they're placemats as well, aren't they? From Habitat, and I've got 4 of them. They're very thick. And I think they're linen, actually. Cotton or linen. It's a very 70s design too, isn't it? Yes. So there we go. And there's the beautiful willow, look, just coming into its own. You see it opens up beautifully when it's brought into the warmth. And you can see quite visibly now it's pink. Pink catkins. Beautiful. So there we go. Now it's time to upload this little video, Jack. Look where he's sat, right in front of the stove. He says, I know the warmest spot in this cottage. And let me just show you before I sign off. Do you see that wee mat down there? Now that mat, I keep straightening it out. Jack likes to move the mat. He kind of nuzzles the mat along until he has like a cushion effect made from it. And sometimes he kind of scrunches it right up to make a pillow for himself. He's so clever. You're such a clever boy. Now, so on that note, I'll say good night. And sometime tomorrow there should be a wee video uploaded, a wee travel video from Bealtaine Cottage to Belfast. And I'll upload them when I get up to my daughter's, because she's got Wi-Fi. So hopefully it'll be high definition again. Oh, before I go, I want to do a big shout out to Brenda. Yeah, let me just find Brenda's surname. No, this is it. Brenda Murphy. Brenda Murphy, I did email you back. I haven't got a response yet. So I can only assume that what you sent me is a little gift. So I just want to say a huge thank you. Massive thank you, actually. And bless you. And from myself and Jack, Sammy Bear in the kitchen, and Beauty, who's in on my bed, enjoy the rest of the evening. Blessings.